Welcome back to the Cherry Red Record Stadium after a slight hiatus there after some technical issues, but I hope you all managed to watch the Colchester highlights after our 5-3 victory with them on the 29th of December. I'm joined to my left by Nick Draper. Welcome.
Afternoon. It is afternoon. No, it's not. Is it?
Not
It's
yet.
Still morning.
Still morning.
Ridiculous.
These early morning FA Cup games. Shock to the system.
No, I don't. I'm not a fan. Really not a fan.
Get me at
Never
3
mind.
o'clock.
Yeah.
However, shortly we'll have some team news for you. We'll have our chat with Dave Beasant coming up. We spoke to him earlier. And then we'll have our general build-up to our FA Cup third round tie today against Ipswich Town. Test and spike behind the camera here on a very, very cold Saturday morning. We'll get our team news up for you. There we go. A relatively unchanged side there, apart from Joe Lewis dropping out for Alex Pearce and Aaron Sassu on right wing, with Harry Pell through the middle, in behind Josh Davison. And the full team for you there is Alex Bass, Ryan Johnson, Alex Pearce, Husbyler and Jack Curry on fullback. Armani Little, Jake Reeves with Harry Pell just in front of them. Conor Lemon-Evans at left wing, Aaron Sassu at right wing, and Josh Davison leading the line. What are your initial thoughts, Nick?
Well, everyone's initial thoughts are clearly going to be about the centre half and the fact that Joe Lewis is not in the squad today.
Yes.
We don't know. But we just get on with it. Alex Pearce played against Chelsea in the League Cup.
He looked decent. He's not a bad defender. I think
he's a quality defender, and his experience is going to be invaluable today.
Absolutely.
And the first thing that people are going to say is just the only thing you don't have with Alex Pearce that you do have Joe Lewis is that little extra pace. So it probably means we're going to defend a little bit deeper.
And his shorts are slightly longer as well.
Yeah, again, which is probably needed on a day like today. That wind is really whipping around and really chilly today. But that's the only thing. We'd probably see ourselves dropping a little bit deeper. But in terms of his leadership and his experience, he's fantastic. So I've got no concerns there. The interesting thing for me is the fact we've gone, obviously, Josh Davison and Harry Pell as sort of the replacements for Ali and Omar. And again, that was what we did at Chelsea, and we did that to great effect for large parts of that game. What we didn't have at Chelsea was either Armani Little or Jake Reeves.
Or Jack Curry.
Or Hussein Byler, actually.
No.
So, and I think that extra little bit of quality in the middle is going to be really important for us. Again, as I say, all about experience. And when you've got Reeves and you've got Pearce in that spine, it gives you hope. It's a tough game, though. It is a tough game.
Absolutely. Ipswich are bang on form as well. They're up second in the
championship.
And it'll be a tough game today, no doubt. But it's good to see Aaron Sassu getting a start. I think he's looked good when he's come on. He's looked lively. And I think it's a chance for him to impress today and really show what he can do. Strange we've kept the same formation. I thought we might differ into something maybe like a more 4-3-3, but I guess stick with what works, because we've been playing well recently and putting good performances in.
It seems to work. I think it would be interesting that you say like Lemon-Evans there, we're expecting to play out wide.
Yes.
Whereas, as you say, recently we've been playing with a 3 midfield, and he's been perhaps a little bit more central at times.
In theory, I mean, that is Stu's prediction at the team.
Who knows? Stu's prediction on the podcast this week was Danny Cowley will never go to Colchester, and then an hour later, Danny Cowley
I won't be asking him for the lottery numbers then.
No, don't do that. No.
There we go, a nice little graphic there of us next to Omar McGill, and then the team sheet next to it.
Omar's looking delighted because he knows he's not here, he's in a warmer climate.
Yeah,
he's thinking he's out of this wind. Wow.
Yeah. I think, have we got our Dave Beasant chat ready to go? I think we'll jump into that. Stu and I spoke to Dave Beasant earlier, and here it is for you guys. So we're joined here with Dave Beasant and of course Stuart Deakins. Welcome to Plough Lane.
Good to be back.
Have you been down much recently since we come back?
I've only been down to see one game, and it was during COVID, and unfortunately it was a 3-0 defeat to Sunderland, so hopefully going to pan out a bit better today.
Change the track record today with a win. I think the obvious question is, how different is it from the one that we used to play at?
I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a fantastic stadium, potential to grow, whereas the pitch down the other place was quite good, but everything else was non-league, and it worked to our benefit many a time when got to the top flight and the big clubs come down. It was a big shock to them, but this is fantastic. This is modern day, and players hopefully will enjoy playing here.
We were just saying, Dave, obviously off camera, we were talking about Tom's lovely.
What season was that? 94, 95, I think.
Yeah, Neil South, like I say, Sully's shirt that was,
And you were just discussing about padding, because obviously this pitch, it's a lovely pitch, isn't it?
Yep.
So you were saying about your padding in terms of you had to wear lots of padding because the pitches are so hard.
I mean, it was not so much match day. Match day, the amount of times you dive around is obviously limited, hopefully limited. But obviously when you're training, you're getting battered, and I got battered in training. Dave Beasant's training sessions are renowned to let's just batter the goalkeeper. And I mean, literally, Ray Goddard beforehand, he kind of sewed some thick padding into tracksuit bottoms, and and he was saying, "Oh, I bruise too easy," and then I thought that's quite a sensible thing to do because
Yeah.
you know. But I had some a baby growth, like an all-in-one suit made, padded knees, padded hips, padded elbows. They put them on the shoulders, which you don't really need.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, you know, even this pitch, for the amount of rain we've had over the period of time over Christmas, this is still lovely and firm. Watch out.
About the same level, so
We've had that before, haven't we? So we brought you down here obviously for the goal, and we've got a new terracing down here. So this is where our main bulk of supporters are.
Yeah.
Safe terracing now, so you can't do those surges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere down here. So this will probably be the place to hopefully this afternoon get some atmosphere going. What are you expecting today?
Well, I've just looked at Ipswich. I mean, Ipswich were on fire earlier on, and just the last 5 games haven't been brilliant for them. So hopefully we're catching them on a bit of a downward spiral, or the fact that any result here would be a great result. You know, victory or draw. But obviously to get through to the next round will be fantastic.
You mentioned obviously today we're here ahead of our third round clash against Ipswich. The FA Cup is rather special for you, I understand.
We've got a few good memories.
Tell us about it. What was it like winning it? You know, being that day at Wembley and standing up in front of 98,000 people.
I mean, it was a thing that the day itself was just so hot.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing people don't realise, that in the stadium you're in this bowl where there's just no air. And I mean, I didn't have to run around much on the day, but I felt for the players, because the only time I did run was when I chased Brian Hill, the referee, when he gave the penalty, and for a few seconds after that I was breathless. But the day itself, you know, it was something I can remember. I think we finished 6th in the league that year, and from the victory in the semi-final to the final, I think we only won 1 game. So our performance fell off, I think, because now all we were thinking about was the FA Cup final, because we couldn't dream about it. You know, when I joined Wimbledon, well, we didn't get any bonus for winning it. That shows you how lacking we thought we'd get to an FA Cup final and actually win it. So, but no, it was a dream come true, and I still live that way. But literally at that time, I used to drive and see the Twin Towers of Wembley every day I come to training. So it was literally I could have walked to the stadium on Cup final day.
You mentioned running towards the referee for that penalty. I think all of us, including Clive Goodyear, would say it wasn't a pen. What were your thoughts on it? I mean, your reaction would suggest at the time.
No, it definitely wasn't a penalty, and it'd have been a travesty if the fact that they'd scored from that penalty. I mean, the good thing was, from my point of view, it kind of put us on the map, and the main thing was it helped us get our great victory. And it's many things from that day are down in the history books.
It's said that you watched John Aldridge's penalty techniques in the semi-final. Is that something you sort of did throughout your career, sort of that preparation? How key was that for you?
I mean, people are I've been saying to many people recently that fact that people didn't like Wimbledon, didn't like the way we played, and were very critical of us. But we were quite advanced for our years, because we had a fellow called Vince Craven who was an analysis. And no clubs used to have them in those days, but Vince used to, from the TV footage, he'd clip together bits of video. You know, it was quite boring to watch it sometimes, and Vin had an idea to keep brightening it up. You know, he put something away from football, like a massive car crash or something from airplane, and just to keep you. Oh, did I miss something there? So it was. He was quite unique in the fact that he used to clip together things, and I was able to see, some of John Aldridge's penalties. He didn't always put it the same side, but he had the technique where he'd come up and just stuttered a little bit, and by that time, as you'll see in modern day, the goalkeepers are moving, they're just rolling it in the other side. So we did have that advantage and Liverpool were that good. They were on TV a number of times that year, so we did have a chance to see them.
How easy was it? So obviously you were saying about it being really hot, and obviously the atmosphere. How easy was it for you to sort of click in to go, right, okay, we've watched some stuff from before? Because the moment must be massive, mustn't it, in terms of, did you have to try and compose yourself and try and think?
I think that if, we had Bobby Gould, got Don Howard. Don was brilliant for the club. To have someone who was involved with England, to have been at Arsenal and at Wimbledon, although we were a top flight team, it was still Wimbledon, Yeah. And when we came in, we were 1-0 up, and you're thinking, you're all excited, and then suddenly Don come in, and he just, right, lads, get these towels. We had these ice towels. We had towels soaked in ice water, and you put them all over our heads to keep, get the brain calmed down, cool it down. you calm down, and literally Don and Bobby were doing their chat at half time, and I kind of lifted my towel up to look round, and there's everyone with their heads just covered in, it's like a room of ghosts, mini ghosts. So it was a way that they used it in Mexico in '86 to cool the lads down, to get their brains calm as well. So it worked.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, you were our captain and the second ever goalkeeper to lift the FA Cup as a captain. The first, of course, for a bit of FA Cup trivia, Royal Engineers goalkeeper Major William Merriman. So there you go. Bit of FA Cup trivia on FA Cup day. How did it feel to sort of lift it and stand in front of Wembley and lead the team up there?
It was one of the things that, in me growing up as a child, Cup final Saturday was the day of the year for football, and we only had a black and white telly. Someone down the road had a colour one, so it was all the kids in their house to watch the cup final, and to be able to have that chance to look at all those people I'd seen, the great players I'd seen go up and lift the trophy at the end of the game and get to the end of the, where you walk along in front of the royal party and raise the trophy to your fans was something that you can't dream of, that type of thing, and it was just an unbelievable experience.
So we do a stadium tour here, and we've got a picture, obviously, of you picking up a trophy. Dennis Wise behind you, and also the royal representative that day was Princess Diana.
Yeah.
So, from memory, didn't Dennis Wise shout some?
Yeah, he did. I can remember, because I was thinking, I've got to get the trophy. I gave Wise the little hat down, and I got the trophy. And as I lifted it to the Wimbledon fans, he was behind. He went, "Aye, you bastards!" You can't think, but after you're thinking, Wisey might be regretting that one day. So, but no, I mean, that was the other thing. The fact that it was in front of Princess Diana, who was the royal that we could associate ourselves with, was just made the day even more special.
Brilliant. Today, FA Cup. So Ipswich flying high in the Championship.
Yeah.
Some clubs recently have, in many different rounds, have put weakened sides out. What do you expect? Do you expect Ipswich to do that with the carrot being the Premier League?
I wouldn't have thought they would do. In fact, that I'd say their recent form has slipped away a little bit, and from their perspective, they're going to be looking to get some confidence boosted again, and obviously a victory in the FA Cup and going into the next round would be a massive boost to them. Yeah. But they've got the super dogs in front of them, so we'll see.
And of course, we lost a couple of players to the Asian Cup. Crazy each other. It's great for Omar and it's great for Ali to have that recognition, international recognition, but missing out on the FA Cup third round.
It's tough, like at the top level, you can replace those type of players more or less. Maybe this level, it gives an opportunity to someone else to come in this side and make a name for themselves. But the fact that, as you said, top goal scorers, and he's been on fire, Ali. So it's going to be a big ask, but you never know. Heroes can be born.
Definitely.
Especially in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Talking of international duty, I do have one question for you. I don't know how true this is. It was a bit of research I was doing, but apparently Bobby Robson had plans to bring you on in the infamous 90 Cup final. A bit like Tim Krul was for Jasper Celeste a few years ago. Is there any truth in that, or was it just a rumour?
I think someone had actually proved. I think even Bobby Robson in his latter years had convinced himself he should have brought me on, but I wasn't even on the bench officially. In those days, you had I think it was a 5-man sub bench, and Chris Wood was on the bench, but we were all sitting on the bench. So, and we was in our tracksuits, so it might have looked like you were part of the subs. But no, I mean, I've spoken with Mark Wright, because I used to room with Rai, and he was saying, Bobby Robson kind of said maybe I should have brought Dave on in the last few minutes. But Shields wouldn't have been too happy with that. I think Shields fancied himself to save a few, but unfortunately he didn't.
It's weird nowadays, isn't it? Because now in the World Cups, and everyone who's doing the squad is on the bench now, isn't it? It's changed so much in that sort of side of it. What are your thoughts? Obviously, I've been a goalkeeper recently. Mikel Arteta was talking about bringing goalkeepers and substitutes. Yeah. Do you think that would ever happen in terms of your obviously mindset and talking about penalties? How easy is it to come on and really go in? Would you have fancied that?
It's tough. When you're playing in games, you've always got a sub-keeper on the bench, and if you're in that position, you like to have a good feel of the ball beforehand and know you've gone through a warm-up. But coming on can be quite. It's tough. It's tough. I think it's a tough ask to come on and perform as you would do if you started the game and you've prepared yourself properly. sitting around for a long time is not normal before going on to perform. So yeah, I'm not in agreement, but obviously you're there for a reason. You're sub-keeper for a reason.
Yeah. One question before I think we round off with a prediction for today's game. What comes to the mind when I say the phrase "stick it in the mixer"?
Yeah, that's Vinny and Fash. I mean, it was Vinny and Fash. Vinny's legendary. Vinny always wanted to be someone, and he's gone on to be more than anyone ever expected, and he's brilliant for him, and good luck to him. But I think Fash would say, "Stick it in the mixer for Psycho," and I go, "Who's Psycho?" and it's a name we've come up for Vinny, Psycho. So, and this was the thing, Vinny kind of had this made for him, and he would live up to it. I see a bit of footage the other night on TV of his tackle against McMahon in the final. Yeah. That was a tackle. I've seen other ones against Cantona at the old Sellers where that was tough for him. So, no, the mixer was where we put it in, and that's where they used to kind of say, "This is the mixer. If you want to come in here, be aware. Be aware." Yeah.
Right. Let's get a prediction for today. Tough game, but what do you think?
Well, like I say, with two strikers out, the main goal scorers, that's the thing, is getting the ball in the Ipswich net. I've got to go with a home victory, of course, and I'll say 2-1.
Fantastic. There we go.
It is a tough one, yeah.
Thanks for joining us. I know you're going to be in Watch Taste Day meeting all the fans, so enjoy that.
Cheers, thank you.
And hope we get a result.
Let's hope so. Thanks a lot. Good to be here.
Brilliant.
There we go. There was our chat with Dave Beasant earlier. It was fantastic to speak to him and get him back down to Plough Lane. I had the unfortunate occasion of standing on a hill around two blokes that are 6'4", so I do look rather short in that. But
it looked like you were kind of superimposed on the bottom of the screen a little bit.
Yeah, so not my finest moment, but I am over 6 foot, I promise.
Great interview as well, though.
He spoke really well. Shall we jump into some Ipswich team news? Yes. Once again, testing Spike behind the camera, but he is on the ball as always. There we go. They've changed a few players in and out. Obviously, new signing Jeremy Sarmiento from Brighton on the bench. We're interested to see him come on because he's very highly spoken about at Brighton, so clearly got something about him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've made it. There are some big names on that bench there. Connor Chaplin's on the bench, Sonny Aluko's on the bench, Wes Burns on the bench as well. So, you think they made some changes. They're still strong in that starting lineup. Nathan Broadhead, Freddie Ladapo, Sam Waters, as mentioned. And then they've got the options if they need them to come off the bench.
And Maury Hutchinson as well, on loan from Chelsea, was an Arsenal youth player. Fantastic young player. So, I mean, they've got talent. Obviously, Nathan Broadhead as well has joined from Everton, I want to say.
Yeah.
And scored loads of goals at that level. And so, again, it's going to be a tough game. They're a team banging form with very good players that play well together, and Kieran McKenna's got them playing good football. So
yeah, this is the thing. Like, no matter who plays for Ipswich, you know that McKenna's come in. He's got them playing a style of football. They move the ball really, really quickly. But what they've also got, which I think a lot of teams I think what we struggle with at times when we struggled against Sutton, is that with Broadhead and Ladapo, they're big players. If they need to get the ball up quickly into them, they can hold it up. They can bring others into play.
With Alex Pearce and Ryan Johnson, I don't think. I mean, obviously it'll be a challenge, but I think they're probably two players that are well suited to sort of aerial battles. They both stand their ground. Alex Pearce is so clever at reading the game. I noticed the back end of last year when he had a run of games, you watch him, he just stands there and then the quarter of a second before the ball comes in, he jumps up, bang, thanks for that, plays the ball and off he go. And he's also, you forget Alex Pearce, 2 seasons ago was playing championship level.
He started in the Premier League, so I think we forget this and we forget he had this experience. So no concerns there. We just know it's going to be a difficult game. Got an interesting stat. Spike was mentioning beforehand about them and how they can see goals.
Yes.
So that's something as well we might factor in. So what is it? Something like most of their goals conceded this season away from home are in the first 15 minutes.
So I reckon lump it up the pitch to Davison first 15 minutes.
Yeah. Just do what we did at Chelsea. Get the ball in the box. Get Harry Pell to
get punched in the head by the keeper.
And go down and then take a lead and hold on to it, which so nearly came off against Chelsea. We were so unlucky that night not to come away with.
However, that short elation when we were 1-0 up was fantastic.
Amazing, yeah.
They did not expect that in any way to go with quite a weak side actually at the time. Obviously, as we were mentioning earlier on, no Jack Curry, no Joe Lewis, no Huss Byler.
no Byler, no Little, no Reeves.
And obviously Ali and Omar came off the bench.
Exactly, we didn't start
I
with
think
Ali
it was
or
to
Omar.
their benefit, not to carry on talking about a game previously, but I think it suited them because they came on fresh legs against a tired back line. But Carabao Cup action aside, obviously FA Cup today, and so far, I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's a good buzz around the ground. I think it was a near sellout or sellout.
Yeah, I think it's sold out. I think there are only tickets on the resale.
Yes. Which is always good. Packed Plough Lane, and I think there'll be a good atmosphere today. I think Ipswich will bring quite a few, and they're already sort of in the ground already when we're 20 minutes from kickoff. So I forget.
I think Ipswich, we know, I think they came down here a couple of seasons ago. They were always going to sell out their allocation.
Yes.
Big club, but it's exciting. It's someone different. It's got a different feel to it. That's why we all love the FA Cup days like this, isn't it? You want to play a team from a different division, someone you've not come up against in the league, and anything can happen.
But if you do come against a team in your own league, you usually get put on telly. Cough, cough, Premier League. Anyways, let's look at the other games around the ground. Any there that really stand out for you?
I think what Stu was saying to us, because Stu put this graphic together and he mentioned the fact that, I think that's all of the 3 o'clock kickoffs today, which is
plus
a bit of a shocker.
12:30s.
Yeah, plus 2 12:30s, but I think that all the other games that kick off at 3 are on that list, which is just nowhere near enough. But you know what, you forget that there are some interesting games. Gillingham, Sheffield United, obviously League 2 versus Premier League. Potential chance of an upset. Great opportunity for Maidstone. If you're not going to get one of the big teams, Championship or in inverted commas big teams, you want a home draw, don't you? And they've got that against Stevenage.
By big teams, I mean, of course, Championship, Premier League,
yes,
League 1, League 2.
Join in the third round, Chesterfield have got a really disappointing draw. They've got a small team, Watford away. I can't see them getting much there. And Sutton have made it to again third round. They got there with beat Horsham with all that went on with Horsham and Barnsley being kicked out for ineligible players and stuff like that. So they've made it to the third round. With
a Plymouth side who've just lost Finn Azaz as well, who's one of their sort of key players this season, went off to, believed to be signing for Middlesbrough for £2 million, which is a little stato there for you. So they'll be without one of their key players, but another big game, like you said, sort of 3 division swing, give or take, because obviously but 1 division in the middle. And then Southampton Walsall as well, be a good game, I think.
Again, European tie, so Warsaw going to Southampton there. But yeah, Southampton, I think Southampton big. Here we go.
That one took a moment to settle in.
We got there. But Southampton, of course, rivals at the moment for Ipswich, really closing in on Ipswich. Ipswich haven't actually won in 5 games, so that gap has really narrowed. Yeah. So as we said on yes, they're still second. They still want to be getting up and aiming for the Premier League. It's been over 20 years since they've been in the Premier League, but that's why. And
it'll be back-to-back promotions as well.
It would be,
which would be. I don't know enough around the Championship to know if it'd be the sort of first one for a recent time, but it's a hell of a.
It's rare.
Yeah,
it's rare. I think, and I think when you're in that battle, you want to get back. You've got 5 games without a win for them. They've not scored in their last 2. They want to use this as an excuse to get themselves back on track, so they can kick on again in the new year.
Absolutely. There you go. We love you from Iraq, which is always nice.
We love Ali as well.
Big shout out to our Iraq fan base that have obviously joined over with the influence of Ali Al-Hamadi, who will be on international duty today, won't he?
Apparently he's in the team.
Is it in the Asia Cup or is it warm-ups?
No, this is the real thing, isn't it?
Real thing? Oh, friendlies.
Friendlies. So.
Well, we wish him the best of luck, and hopefully he can keep on his good form and come back to us
in good health.
Yeah, in good health and ready to smash it again and push up towards the top of the goal scoring charts, which I'm sure it won't take long for him to get up to.
No, but you say what, you've reminded me saying that. I think when we did the show before Colchester, Stu did a graphic of he sent it to us the other day about goal scorers this season. I think our top 2 goal scorers this season are Ali and James Tilley.
Yes, who's Tilley on the bench today?
Yeah, Tilley's not starting today, and obviously, and as well, we didn't mention earlier, Josh Nerflin on the bench either.
No, which is quite bizarre. I thought. I thought it'd be a good one to bring on. Obviously, especially we've got wingers today in Aaron Sassu and Conor Lemon Evans, but. Who knows? Hopefully, the plan is to go 2-0 up and then just bring all the defenders on. But it's good to see a few youth players on the bench as well. Yes, always exciting to see players coming through and giving them a chance.
I think it's a video, is it?
Is it a video?
It's
a video of our round.
With our path to the third round.
Yes, there we go. So we'll put that on screen for you now.
Wimbledon with plenty forward in support of the attack here. It's helped on towards the run of Al-Hamadi. It opens up for him, and that's a really smart finish. Ali Al-Hamadi puts AFC Wimbledon into the lead midway through the first half here. Made that one count. Evan Hay Evans, neat footwork from him. That's a lovely way to pass as well for Tilly on the charge. Just gets his toe to it first and just gets at the end of the first half. There's a deep one, there's plenty of height on it as well. Hasn't really been dealt with. It's Tilly. It's 3-0. Caught it sweetly. His second goal of the game. The issue. Forward again here for AFC Wimbledon. There is no respite from them. Little again, his effort blocked, and then in from Davidson, deflected in. It's 4-0. He's only been on for 3 minutes. Into space for Lemon Hay Evans. So we head into the last 20 minutes of the match. One-sided stuff this. Lemon Hay Evans again. That might just be the pick of the bunch. 5-0. Super strike. And they've lost their last couple of games without a win in 5 in the league. AFC Wimbledon, different story today. Bit of defending to do here. But look, Oyedeji, that's blocked and it's in by Rob Street. And barely really even merits a celebration.
To the FA Cup second round, then with a club reborn as former FA Cup winners. An FA Cup, a special tournament for AFC Wimbledon, who welcome the club from the Kent coast, who are aiming for their own taste of FA Cup fanfare. But that's not a good pass, and they might be punished for it. Reid! Oh! That's a lovely goal! And the Dons deliver in the first 10 minutes. Equaliser in this game, show they can threaten this Wimbledon side, but the home side have also shown that they can cause Ramsgate problems. Lemon Hay Evans, Curry, in he goes, O'Handler had to make the save. Oh, and he can't keep it out. And of course, it's Al Hamadi, the danger man, strikes. Head forward, Al Hamadi runs past Elul. In fact, breezes past him. The touch was heavy. And the Villa back to Hamadi. Oh, and he draws the save, the follow-up. Well, they just keep on finding the net now this first half.
Jackson would have impressed on these players the need to try and wrap the game up, to start, not make any silly mistakes, not take their foot off the gas just yet.
On the turn, another shot. And he finds the corner. It's the fourth. Well, that's lost to Hamadi. The goal is there for him, and he scores. Never in doubt when he had that chance.
Game under the lights with the camera on the wrong side, so it got confusing.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, camera on the wrong side. Camera at every part. There were 16 cameras, wasn't there?
There was a lot of, well covered by.
Not as many cameras today, however, it is shown internationally. I couldn't tell you all the countries, but there's quite a few. So if you are watching from abroad, most likely the game is being shown in your country, and watch on, and hopefully you'll see us get into the fourth round.
Yes, hopefully into the next round. So.
There's a comment there on screen. What do you think the score's going to be? Well, I'm ever positive, so I'm going to go 1-0. Smash and grab, Josh Davidson in the first 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you know what? I've got no idea today, but I think, do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if we actually took it to a replay today. And I think if we got a draw, go back down to Portman Road in 10 days' time. We probably don't want that because of the number of games, especially when we're short of numbers at the moment. But that's what it might well end up being. We'll see.
Absolutely. Well, I think that is a good place to leave it.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to touch on Josh Davidson very quickly?
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Mention Josh Davidson, he's fantastic. He chopped his hair off for the Little Princess's Trust, and so far I think he's raised just over £2,000, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Against a target of 500 as well, so he's really
he has absolutely smashed his target of £500 to and so he's going to be looking a little bit lighter today up top.
New hairstyle. We saw him earlier, and it really does suit him actually. So hopefully, it might be
reverse Samson effect.
Trying to do the link there.
There we go.
Yeah, reverse Samson. I mean, he's been in banging form recently.
He has. He's playing well.
If he gets even better, we'll be laughing. A good opportunity for him today to get some goals and lead the line for us and get probably 90 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. He needed game time, doesn't he? That's the problem when he's come in before, shorter minutes. But recently, since Crawley played against 90 against Crawley or near enough, played against Colchester 90 minutes near enough. So yeah, building up that, and we're going to need him this next few weeks.
Absolutely. Well, we will leave it there as we head off to our seats for AFC Wimbledon taking on Ipswich in the third round of the mighty FA Cup. We'll be back post-match with a show for you guys. It'll be about 15 minutes after the final whistle, give or take. So we'll see you then.